Magic Masses! I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. One Vision was a great way for pro wrestling matches to return after the summer break. We kick off with Facebook Live matches as we see the doer, the Jersey Muscle Jock, Steve Gibkey, defeat Keep Calm Jason Carrion to become the new LDN heavyweight champion. Very good match in this by both of these men. Next up was a triple threat match which saw the Bad Apple Matt McIntosh defeat Overtime TJ Crawford and MV Young to retain the Synergy Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Next up, in another title match, we see the Answer to Your Prayers, Ariel and Nyx, as she defeated Helen Vale to retain the Women's Championship. Nyx took the microphone and she was saying she dedicated the victory to Katrid, but then all of a sudden somebody sitting in the front row with a mask on hits the ring, takes the mask off. It was none other than Katrid herself, and Nyx says, "Oh, you're alive," and Katrid ended up giving Nyx a stunner that would make Becky Lynch and Steve Austin proud. And Katrid announced that she is cleared and that the belt will be hers again before leaving the ring. Next up, in another title match, the Lit superstar Sebastian Cage defeated Lucky 13 to retain the Junior Heavyweight Championship. But then all of a sudden, somebody comes to the ring, attacks Cage from behind, only to be saved by El Presidente Sanchez. And the man turned out to be murdered by kicks, Matt Travis. And Sanchez said, "I know there's an open challenge for my championship tonight, so how about it, Matt Travis? I'll give you the shot." And then Sebastian Cage eventually took the microphone and said he wanted to be in the match too. And there'd be a triple threat match later in the show for the heavyweight championship. Next up, in tag, before the next match actually, out comes the mayor of Scumbag City, John Tella, with his key to the kingdom, and Riley Madison, and they got a hold of poor Jimmy and took over the commentary table this match, as we saw the Psycho Drivers, Everett Cross and Smiley, accompanied by Trixie, as they took on the Fortnite Horsemen. I do apologize for getting not remembering their individual names. At one point, Tella left the commentary table and used his key on Smiley, and eventually the Fortnite Horsemen defeated the Psycho Drivers. Next up, in a Falls Count Anywhere match for the Dark Arts Championship, the Meadowlands Monster defeated the hipster heartthrob King of the No Ring Deathmatch, Casanova Valentine, to retain the Dark Arts Championship. Eventually, Evan Myers comes out with a contract wanting to face the Meadowlands Monster next month. He hands it over to Monster's manager, Zach Amico, and Zach threw the pen into the crowd, and the contract was thrown back in Evans's face, unsigned. At that point, they went to intermission. Next up, we were set for a three-way match for the Tag Team Championship, as American Murder Society, Aaron Bradley and Steve Off, were set to defend their belts against Pimp That Meat, Hot Dog Starks, and Cookie Pimp TK Luther, and the team of Steve Sanders and Dan Gallagher, the Fed. I wonder who Straplash was unable to appear for this one. Just before the match got underway, ring announcer Shane Fair was informed that a fourth team would be entering this match, and it turned out to be none other than Steve Gibkey and Tony Vincita, or is it Vicenta, Jersey Muscle Society. And the match was on, which saw Jersey Muscle Society defeat the Fed, Pimp That Meat, and the American Murder Society to become the new tag team champions. After the match, Steve Off takes the mic and says, no excuses, you didn't pin us, new champion, you're the new champs, but how about just the two of us, us two teams at Kingdom Come in December, the Battle of the Societies. And the thing is, JMS had a huddled up over the microphone, and they said they accepted. So at Kingdom Come in December, it'll be the Battle of the Societies. Next comes the Messiah of old school, Sean Donovan. He gets the microphone and he runs down Pro Wrestling Magic saying his plans changed like 5 times. He said the management here sucks. And he says, I want a match tonight. And he said, to anyone back there, get your kick pads ready and your kick pads and $5 gear ready. But out comes independent wrestling seasoned veteran Crowbar. Comes to the ring, and the match was on, which saw the Messiah of old school, Sean Donovan, defeat Crowbar with assistance of the ropes. Next up, and what was billed as a hoss fight, the Bayonne Badass Dan Moff did battle with the Meat Man John Silver. During this matchup, Silver ended up super kicking referee Nick Shin, and Silver ended up, let's just say, he scored 3 points through Moff's uprights. And Silver hit some type of kick after that. Another referee came out and made the 3 count, enabling John Silver to defeat Dan Moff. And after the loss, Moff was very livid. Then it was main event time as we saw Murder by Kicks Matt Travis and Junior Heavyweight Champion Sebastian Cage challenge El Presidente Sanchez for the Heavyweight Championship. Crazy matchup, which actually these guys actually took it into the crowd many times, and throughout the night the chairs were constantly having to be put back in place. I guess your typical night of Pro Wrestling Magic action. And eventually, Sanchez, I forget how, but he ended up defeating Sebastian Cage and Matt Travis to retain the heavyweight championship. Then all of a sudden, Loverboy's Working for the Weekend starts playing, and out comes Anthony Iovino, and he takes the microphone and he congratulates Sanchez on the win, announces to the crowd that there will be changes in Pro Wrestling Magic, and he announced that on Saturday, October 26th, Sanchez will be defending his championship against Ace Romero. And pretty much ending a night of Pro Wrestling Magic action. Well, personal notes time. It was great seeing Bruno, Philip, Pete, Tony, Elliot. Am I missing somebody? Mikey Mickendro. I got to give kudos to that one kid in a section that was kind of commentating this show himself. There was one fan in the crowd wearing glasses that had the word magic flashing across them. I have to say, during intermission, they were playing songs by the Cars in tribute of the recently departed Rick. Can't remember how to pronounce his last name. Their song Drive, makes me wish I was dancing with a lady at that point in time. But unfortunately, I was hoping you would have played You Might Think, but that didn't happen. And surprisingly, since yesterday was the 21st night of September, I'm surprised that Earth, Wind, and Fire song didn't play either. Didn't get played. Well, as mentioned earlier, Pro Wrestling Magic returns Saturday night, October 26th with We Will Rock You. As mentioned earlier, already announced, Sanchez defends the heavyweight championship against Ace Romero. We already have American Murder Society and Jersey Muscle Society facing each other at Kingdom Come in December. Unfortunately, I will not be at We Will Rock You Saturday, October 26th. Oh, Bruno? Looks like we got a new nickname for you, man. We're going to have to call you the Belcher after what you did for doing that throughout the show. Yeah. Oh, Jake? I was hoping to get a Pro Wrestling Magic T-shirt, and I can't really say that you owe me a shirt because I have not paid for it yet. When I do come back to Pro Wrestling Magic, I will. I will definitely like check before the show starts, due to circumstances beyond my control, namely construction. The bus slowed me down from arriving sooner, and that's why I didn't do a live video before the show started. Surprisingly, this show ended like between 10 and 10:30, and NJ Transit wasn't very prompt with the bus going back. It was supposed to show up 10:42, and it showed up 20 minutes late. That lazy fuck of a driver. Not the psycho drivers. Of course, some fans were not there due to Evolve, and I know there was a show in Nutley. Maybe that could have affected why the crowd here at Pro Wrestling Magic wasn't so big. Damn, what else can I say about this very show? How could I forget? Nice seeing Erica, Sherry Ann, Shane Fair, Lawrence. Oh boy. No. Be interesting to see what these changes are going to be for that Anthony Iovino has announced for Pro Wrestling Magic as the months go on. I know it's early, but I don't know, Pro Wrestling Magic, if you've decided that when we enter 2020, a whole new decade, that shows that everybody's getting old. If you decide like whose songs will be titled, whose songs will be titled for shows in 2020. I mean, in 2020, what's going to happen? I mean, are you going Bee Gees, Hall & Oates, Earth, Wind and Fire, Billy Joel, Fleetwood Mac, Carly Simon? Hey, Mom, thank you for letting me hear those 8-track tapes when I was little. Because that's most of those groups and musicians I mentioned were on their old 8-track tapes that I got to hear at a very young age. Oh, man. It was great to be back at Pro Wrestling Magic. Such a great experience. Damn, what else can I say about this event? Kudos to Dante's, because while I was on the bus heading towards the show, I called them up to order a Meatball Hero, and you know, it was ready at the time I arrived. And I'll say for Dante's, I think it was a good decision for them to move the refrigerator to the opposite side of the room, because now there's more room for people to come to the counter and go to the bath. You go right to the bathrooms in the back. So I was hoping I would have gotten there a little sooner, but unfortunately, due to the fact that these damn MTA trains were slowing me down, I missed the 4:15 bus. Wasn't going to catch the 4:15 bus, 168 bus, so I took the 5 p.m. 167 bus, but due to the construction when leaving Union City, that's what slowed everything down for me. Okay, from there, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, Pro Wrestling Magic, I won't be there October 26th. Definitely hope to be back. And hopefully I will finally get my hands on the Pro Wrestling Magic t-shirt that's in my size. Jake, I know you said you're going to make sure you yourself said you're going to make sure to order more, so, or at least have more made. So basically, hopefully by the time I get back, it'll be something. Hope everybody enjoyed this one.